This is the tale of two very different vintners. Richards Walford's one of the country's leading wine importers. Yet Richards and Walford hardly ever see each other. Roy Richards works mainly at the company's headquarters on a farm in Rutland, or deep in the cellars of mainly French producers. The smaller and more rustic the better as far as he's concerned. Mark Walford works mainly in the back of his Mercedes, although he also spends a considerable proportion of his time, and presumably the company's money, dining at the Gavroche.
Allô, Madame Bache? Oui, bonjour, c'est Charlie de la Maison.
Amazingly, Richards Walford sold £6 million worth of wine last year with a total staff of only 6, including Roy's wife, Mark's chauffeur, and an occasionally distracted Roy.
That's away, that's out.
Terrible.
Well, just the start that England wished to avoid.
Hello. Hi.
Luc, c'est Marc. Très bien, et toi? Non, c'est bon, c'est le Philippe, t'inquiète pas.
Hello.
Richards Walford's built up a stable of deeply enviable suppliers. Le Pin, for instance, is now the most expensive wine in the world, created by close friends who own another Pomerol superstar. It's all very personal. How did you and Roy get together?
He had an absolutely marvellous restaurant.
Mark loves restaurants. He loves food.
I used to go there to drink and talk to him.
To try and sell me wine. Before long, we had him coming and staying the night, and you know, I said to myself, "This is a very persistent salesman."
Little by little, the idea formed itself that we ought to be doing something together.
He had a smaller car in those days.
What's special about Richards Walford?
I suppose we're individual. What is special about it? We're...
Isn't it very difficult when the two of you hardly ever see each other?
No, it's very easy.
You feel it would be more difficult if you saw more of each other?
It's really difficult if we saw too much of each other, yes.
What's Roy like to work with?
Complimentary.
Is he easy to work with?
Not terribly, no, because he's not terribly organised. He's a rather sort of spontaneous character.
Mark's idea of selling is decidedly oblique. He regularly entertains favoured customers by organising a clay pigeon shoot. Here's the man who runs Le Pin, the pride of Pomerol. Here's the rain.
Shit.
Oh.
It's a more central part of his job. He's a more natural, social animal, and he enjoys it.
Does Roy ever come to the clay pigeon shoot?
Yes, actually, he does.
I wouldn't like to go on all those shoots. Wouldn't appeal to me at all.
The shooting lunch has been sent 80 miles from Mark's favourite Michelin-starred restaurant.
I understand it's raining less here than it is in Pomerol. On me dit qu'il pleut moins ici qu'à Pomerol. Quelle chance. Absolutely.
It may be slightly simplistic to say that Mark sells and Roy buys, but what turns Roy on is detailed product knowledge. I'm allowed to join a staff masterclass.
Negrette.
Negrette?
On the nose.
Where
Minty.
Where did you find it?
In a shop.
It's a crazy nose, though.
I like the eccentrics. And we end up with them in stock and they have to drink them.
Do you like it, Charlie?
The wine's satchel by it.
The wine to settle about. I'm not sure who else.
The really orangey brown one.
Giving free publicity to this guy. We've even met him. Not if you record what we said about him.
Yeah.
Whew. skins as well. It's skinny, isn't it?
It's like
skin
apple
content.
skin, actually,
yeah.
isn't
So
it?
it's obviously
Yeah.
been. That's why it's such colour.
Long menstruation.
Just smells a bit weird to me.
Yeah. How much time do you spend in the car?
Well, the car does 60,000 miles a year. Say, Chris averages 40 miles an hour. That's 1,500 hours. 1,500 hours is how many working days? 150?
Gosh. So if you do all those miles, you must have collected an awful lot of tumblers from the garages.
That's a driver's perk. You can't get into his house for cuddly toys.
You've got the good food guide and the good
Yes.
hotel guide there, and the
Yes.
Michelin guide,
Yes.
the telephone.
And the laptop. And the fax. Down there somewhere. And Chris, without whom life would not be possible.
Do you personally ever sell to supermarkets?
Yes.
Do you sell to the supermarkets?
No. I think that we don't have the right products for them. They have virtually a monopoly position on wine sales in this country. And they give the illusion of choice by having vast ranges of wine, very many of which are the same wines in each supermarket, but with a different badge. And I think that's regrettable. I'd like to see them become a little bit more innovative and exciting and think less about their shareholders and more about the consumers. We find it impossible to sell to people who actually have a culture of thinking, he's coming to see me, he wants to make money out of me, we're going to screw him, we'll hit him for marketing support, we'll hit him for this, we'll agree the price and then we'll renegotiate it. You know, that which is very much the culture of Threshers and Oddbins and Majestic and all those sort of people.
I must send Alexandre at Via Chateau Sarton his little fax, telling him what to do when he comes over. So, fax wizard, please obey. Oh, goodness me, I've never seen that before. Gosh, why have I got a picture of lions on the screen all of a sudden? I think we've managed to completely bang it up. Done. To a P.
When was the last time just the two of you had a meal together?
Last week?
I honestly don't recall. Très animal.
Roy's tasting skills may be remarkable, but so is his talent for winding up his harem.
What's Roy like to work for? Who could ask for a better employer? He's a complete sod.
Doesn't he send you to train stations to pick up wine growers and tells you that they're tall and fair and young, and they turn out to be...
They're short and fat and balding and wear spectacles, and then they turn out to be sort of my age and very tall and blonde.
How often do you throw a glass of wine at him?
Oh, not more than once a day.
We get that rare moment of humanity.
Right!
Excellent.